I would explain Gary and Jane Marsden as a power couple. Gary was very active in his business, active in the community. He's like a rhinoceros. He was always moving forward, never backwards.
They are what good looks like as citizens in our community. That's how I look at Gary and Jane.
They are kind of people that I want to emulate, right? They're good to each other, they're good to their family, they're good to our community.
They have both made their mark on the communities they've lived in, starting back in North Dakota where they grew up, and then in the St. Cloud community ever since the early 70s when they acquired Marco.
They step up, they show up, they're there to really make our community better.
So Gary was the quintessential salesperson. I mean, the guy could sell. And when you meet Gary, you can feel that. There's this presence about him. You go, God, I really like this guy. And so it was easy to get to know Gary and to see the competence that he had, the confidence that he had, and to watch him in front of an audience, in front of a customer, recruiting an employee. He just had this air about him of confidence.
He was an IBM guy. Calls plus demos equals sales. And Gary came from that background. And the IBM culture, the white shirt, the red tie, the blue sport coat, and he brought that professionalism. He accidentally bought Marco in St. Cloud, Minnesota, he said. He thought he was answering an ad for the typewriter shop somewhere in the Twin Cities where he and Jane were living. But he also said IBM stood for I've been moved, and he didn't want to move around the country. He wanted to stay in the area. So he made the decision to buy the typewriter shop with Dave Marquardt back in 1973. And that started really the foundation of Marco.
So as the business, they purchased the typewriters and the office equipment. I guess the office equipment never became obsolete, but typewriters became obsolete. They morphed that business into the new technology coming down the line. So they just did a wonderful job of recognizing opportunities and taking advantage of them.
He also had a saying that kind of brought the culture piece into it. You know, we don't only have to do well as a company, we also have to do good. And there again, I don't know if he made that up, but as far as I'm concerned, he did, because that was how we lived the culture at Marco. That was how he taught us to be at Marco and set an example to be that way at Marco's.
Gary set the stage for leaders in giving. You know, and that happens to be a United Way platform as well, but that I think they personify leaders in giving. Gary would actually appropriately pressure us, those that were maybe having some success in sales, to be bold and give, because that's where we're getting our business from, and it's the right thing to do.
Well, Gary and Jane don't just write checks. I mean, if you've ever been at Summertime by George and wandered into the beer tent, you have bought a raffle ticket from Gary Marsden. He is relentless on that. Gary was a big brother in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. And since his little brother Vince is pushing 60 years old, you can imagine how far back, you know, that relationship went, and they're still friends today. But that means to me that Gary was one of the first bigs in our community. I think Gary and Jane have also been, you know, United Way supporters since about the time United Way got started in our community, and I know they were there supporting Boys and Girls Club from the beginning.
Gary has a passion in our community, for our community, related to things, projects, outcomes that benefit all. And whether you go back to some of the work that Melinda had mentioned relative to Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Club, you know, CentraCare is another one that he had a strong passion for. And when it comes to development or expansion, I mean, that's in his wheelhouse. So when things like a medical school are talked about and ultimately brought to fruition, Gary and Jane are going to be at the forefront, and they're going to make a contribution to that and be a part of that. And because it's for the better good of our community and the future of rural health in other communities. And so I know they're strong supporters of that, and that doesn't surprise me. That's where they would be.
I think the real bottom line is, when you live in a community, some of the people in the community truly want to make it a better community, and I think that's been their mission from the time I've known them. They've been involved in almost everything that I've seen in St. Cloud that'll make St. Cloud a better community.
It's what makes our communities run. I mean, we need to all help each other and it helps us remember where we came from. I mean, we've all needed help different times in our lives, and to just have that, I guess, have that focus of helping other people in need is key to making the community run.
There is scores of people that because of their leadership, their inspiration, their actions, that they too have become leaders and givers and participants. And that's what leadership is all about, having followers. And they have a lot of followers in the good work that they do. And I'm appreciative of that.
Well, I want to congratulate both you, Gary, and you, Jane, for qualifying to receive this Lifetime Achievement Award. You've certainly earned it, and you'll be the cause of other people to go on and get this award in the future.
Congratulations, Gary and Jane. You're so deserving. Thank you for investing in our lives. You've changed our future and those of our future generations. Thank you.
Thank you. We love you guys.
Congratulations, Gary and Jane. Thank you for leading the way in so many ways. We love you guys.
Congratulations, Gary and Jane. A double thumbs up for work well done, a life well lived, and all that you do for us and our community. Thank you and congratulations.